Okay guys, hello, I'm Artific from the Metaverse. As you can see, we are in the Metaverse in Somnium Space. You can see the moon over there, so this is really nice Metaverse. And this time we are going to do it a little bit differently. As always, I like to have some surprises for you. So this time we are not in Open Sky Studio, but we are in the Lakehouse. So, well, as you can see over there, there's the lake. So the Lakehouse. Yeah, we have some ships and some cool stuff. But today, what we are going to do is we are going to talk about some cool glitch art, and not only that, but about other things as well, with our guest Ahmed. So, hello Ahmed, how are you doing?
Hey guys, this is Ahmed, aka Gaper Art. I'm a glitch artist in the NFT space, and I've been in the NFT space since about March, so I'm relatively new here, but I'm working as hard as I can to create some really cool stuff, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Happy to have you. So as you can see, the gallery is actually prepared for exhibition that's going to take place in 2 hours. So if you are interested, you can join this stream, or you can join the gallery directly. It's parcel 662, and you can get all the information on my Twitter, Artifixisa. But no, as I said, we are here for different artists. Ahmed, Gaper Art NFT. You can see here his Twitter account, and as he talks, I will be going through his work. And yeah, so you have not just the audio experience as you could get in Clubhouse and other applications like that, but you get the video as well, which I think is nice, especially when we are talking visual arts. So can you tell us, Ahmed,
hmm
a little bit about your background? Where are you coming from? How did you become an artist?
Yeah, so I'm from New York, and the way I really became an artist is kind of I guess in the NFT sense, like by accident, right? Because my glitch art, my method I actually discovered by accident because I was always into computers. From a very young age, I would always tinker with computers, manipulate them. I even built my own PC at like 14. If you go to my Geeper Art OpenSea, that's really where it all started with this because I had started creating. I wanted to make some art, and yeah, this is the article right here. How I kind of discovered my overclocking process. I would just, like I said, test my PC, push it to the max, stress test it, do whatever, trying to find uh, kind of like the right settings for my own overclocking, for gaming, for frames, for like everything. Um, and one day I was on Photoshop and I had the stress test program opened, and then I noticed my Photoshop started to glitch out, so I just kept trying to recreate this. I kept trying to recreate. Someone said I love Gape art so much. And then someone, um, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, the thank you Ali sounds.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
nice.
I kept trying to recreate this effect, and I noticed that if I had this overclocking program open in the back while I try to edit these photos, it would glitch out like this, and that's exactly what I kept trying to recreate. So if you see a lot of my art right here is actually natural glitches. So by that I mean they're purely visual. They don't actually happen on the back end, like the code. Like the computer doesn't read these images, right? It's a purely visual effect, and I actually have to screenshot and then turn that into kind of a GIF, and that's really where this all started. My first series was called Hands Off My Bitcoin, and um, well, it was called the Hands Off series. And if you see like Hands Off My Uni, Hands Off My Bitcoin, that was actually the very first piece right there, right in the middle. I don't know if you scrolled by it. Yeah, I know there's a delay, but that was my first piece, and literally it was the the result of hours and hours of trying to create something and finally like stumbling upon this concept and this series. And so the first series, my first 30 NFTs, it was all centered around hands off my uh, insert coin, and it features the coin and then some images of women, and basically I would just glitch that out as best as I could and try to make it look really cool. That one's actually owned by Alan Henna. He's the person who bought my first NFT. So super thankful to have him buy that, because that really gave me the confidence to keep going and keep doing this.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and you can see it's actually some, yeah, it's listed by Digital Oil by 8 ETH, so yeah, really values
Yeah,
them quite highly.
I like to say the longer you stare at it, the more you see.
Yeah, it's usually like with good art. It's usually like this. It's interesting. It's maybe like people like wine or tea, different things like that. So it's usually more you taste it, more time you take, uh,
Mm,
the better it gets. Yeah, so it has layers. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's actually quite mind blowing. And like doing these interviews is usually like I end up with this like so often when like you look at some art and you have some assumptions. So if you see like glitch art like this, and like as much as I do, so it's basically almost nothing, then I would assume that it's just like you created these different images just separately in, I don't know, Photoshop or something like that, and then you just created a GIF or video out of it, just timing it. But so it's like it would be like artificial sort of thing. But you actually when you describe the process, it's completely different thing. Where you are actually like hunting for this, right? You're trying to really push the hardware to the limits and see what happens. So you actually don't know what's going to happen, and it's natural in some weird way, right?
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's natural in some weird way, and that's a very good word. Hunting. Like I really am. I'm hunting for these. I'm trying to find the perfect glitch to insert into this GIF, because they all need some variety, right? If I just had the same type of glitch over and over again, it'd be a little boring. So I really am just looking for different ones, different variations, and then trying to piece it together in the best I can.
So is there some sort of logic or strategy in this hunt where okay, if I like run this sort of program, put the GPU to I don't know 75%, and then I run this another program, then I will get this particular like type of the glitch.
Um, no, actually, like, I tried to boil it down to that type of like science, I guess, but it never really quite worked. It would just happen randomly on me editing it, and so it's completely random in that sense, right? There's no way I can say like, oh, I want this kind of glitch. No, it just I have to wait for it.
Right. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I love
Thank you.
it. Okay, so this is one type of art, and yeah, I can see that like you sold so many of them. So what's actually your strategy when like about the selling? Do you have some? Did you put some thought into it, or is it just so good that just it sells and you actually don't know what happens?
Well, no, you definitely need a strategy. It's beauty's in the eye behold in the eye of the beholder. So, some people
Mm-hmm.
might not like my art, some people may love it. But with pricing, you have to think about it. Um, some people like to buy as an investment, some people like to collect, some people, but they have their own reasons for buying. So the way I wanted to take a more business-like approach,
Mm-hmm.
as well as create value for people who got in early. So what I did was the first three drops was 0.01, and then the next three drops was 0.02, and I did that all the way to 10. And on the 10th one, I did zero point 0.1, and then the next 10, I just kept increasing the price by 0.01,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm currently at I think 0.3. But I've actually taken a break from the glitch art to pursue my physical art, which is the CryptoPunks, and we can get into that as soon as you're ready.
Yeah, sure. I just put it up, and actually in the glitch art, there's like over 6 ETH traded, and here we can see over 2 ETH traded. So those are like highly traded or successful collections. So
Hmm.
congratulations. So
Thank you, thank you.
let's check out this thing. So it's physical art. So it's the other part of like my description. So you are driving the GPU nuts. This was the first part, and this. Yeah, yeah, named it as like hammering down the motherboard. So, what sort of tools are you actually using to create these chipto punks?
Yeah, so this the CryptoPunk, this is a very big piece. It's like 20 by 34 inches. Uh I think that's like 0.6 meters by zero point 0.2 meters, something along those lines, maybe a little bit bigger. But basically, I'm using soldering, like I use a soldering iron and I use hot glue, and then I also have to kind of position these things in a way where they won't fall apart, and I have to size it correctly. So this piece right here is the first CryptoPunk. It's a CryptoPunk, and it sold, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago to Crypto King, and I actually sent it to him, so now he has the physical piece.
Oh, it's cool. So it's two parts. It's physical, but it's also token.
Yeah, so you get the token and the physical. Um, there's not too many people doing this, but I think it's cool that I'm trying to, and maybe I'm paving a way and setting an example for other people.
Right.
And then the other two pieces in that collection are the gold and the silver one. So I had dropped those as a way to say, like, if you want to support the project and buy into the CryptoPunks concept, like here's your way of doing it. So we'd sold those, and one had resold for zero point 0.5 actually. So that's really, really cool.
Oh, nice. Does it run? Because I can see that the fan here is turning. So does the CryptoPunk run in some way, or at least like part
Oh,
of the
nah,
board?
no, it's just like it's basically just an inanimate object. It doesn't run. I didn't want to make it, too gimmicky, but um, I still wanted to give it some value there.
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So our Jedi, no hair. Cool.
Yeah, Art Jedi actually owns one.
Yeah, yeah.
She that was her first NFT.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was Art Jedi's first ever NFT. The gold one. She bought the gold one.
I can see her in the silver one. Maybe if she has that one as well. It's like 24 days ago. Yeah, here as well. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, uh, what's your next steps?
Actually, so my next step is I'm working on more CryptoPunks, but I'm working on a collection of 512. You can't really find this anywhere. But they're 3D CryptoPunks, and it's a collection of 512, and they have different traits. So they have different board materials, different colors, different CPUs, and then it's going to be generative. So basically, you go on a website and you mint it, and then you get a random one. So I'm really, really excited about this, and it's almost done. I'm trying to figure out a way I can share this with you. I think if you go to the testnets on OpenSea, so testnets.opensea.io.
Oh, yeah, that would be a little bit difficult to do in this browser. Uh,
Oh, okay. Uh,
Maybe if you
could
can
you
send
type
me
it in?
the link in the chat, then I will try to copy it and see. Or if we can share it as a link later in the video. It's okay. It's okay. So people would have something to look for. That's always nice. Not to spoil everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the best way to send it to you right now. I don't really know, but
You can
But
use the chat
basically,
in Zoom.
the what? Oh, the chat in Zoom.
Yeah. It's probably
Okay,
the easiest way.
let me find this.
Yeah, and I actually discovered your mother of all ether, so everyone can look at that while you're searching for more.
Wait,
Yeah,
yep, that's another one that had sold. Um, it sold to a guy in Belgium.
cool. Yeah, so this is for sure like very
Wait,
unique and very successful art. Yeah.
is it cool if I send it on Twitter?
Yeah, sure. I have it opened here in another window.
Yeah, just because I'm on my laptop and then I'm also on my computer. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I just sent it to you.
Right. I see it. So let's jump there. Right. Yeah. This will work.
Is it gonna come up on stream?
Yeah. Yeah, it's up. There's a little delay, so maybe 1-2 seconds, and we will be there. Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay,
this
so I
green
see
guy.
it.
So it's
Yeah,
it's
you
a
like
zombie
this? Yeah,
one.
yeah. Well, it's the default one because the computer motherboard is green.
Yeah.
But this is basically the collection that we're working on, and it's going to be a collection of 512, and we're going to sell them each for zero point 0.2 ETH, and then we're also going to donate 10% to some type of charity. We actually reached out to some people on Twitter, and they want to help us out. We want to buy computer parts for kids who can't afford them, so that's
Oh,
our plan right now for that.
oh, that's nice. So nice. And it will be the same as with the Genesis piece, with the original one, where it's the physical and also NFT part. Or is it just
No, this one's purely digital.
right? Because it would be a lot of parts to create so
Oh yeah,
many.
yeah, and they wouldn't look the same.
Yeah. So, is it some sort of like generative algorithm to generate these, or is it all like physically created
Um,
every single piece?
so we came up with traits. I'm actually working with 3D artist, and me and him are making these together. So we came up with a list of traits, and then we made those traits. We made the 3D models, all of that, and then we made an algorithm to randomize it in a way that was fair and then also possible because some of the traits overlap. So like one with hair obviously can't have the ram because that's like supposed to be bandana. Um, so just stuff like that. But we have them all. We know what they're gonna look like. We just have to make them now, and
Right.
I'm really excited. So this is gonna be the next big step for me.
Oh, so that's cool. So, for how long will it take to create one of these?
I mean, to render one, it takes about like 30 minutes to an hour. So like 512. We have 50 made right now. It's gonna take a long time.
Oh yeah. Well, they are amazing, and I think it's a really unique take on punks or for this like character. I don't know how to say it, character NFTs because just it's not just punk. There are other types like hash masks and like apes and bears and all kinds of things. Actually, your name is has ape in it, right? It has
Hmm.
capital. You've
Yeah.
highlighted it in capital way, so it was just accident, and then you highlighted it. But or did you choose the name specifically because yeah, this trend or this?
So I chose the name just because me and my friends had an inside joke about like gaping, and I'm like, yeah, no joke, no joke. And so I'm like, yo, how funny would it be if I made my art name like Gaper Art? So that's exactly what I did, and I think it's very memorable, right? So it works and it's easy, it's pretty simple, Gaper, But then the only thing is that sometimes I get censored on Twitter. That's the only downside to
Okay, yeah.
it.
Well, you found something specific. If you get censored just because of the name, that's actually not offensive in any way. So
Yeah, but sometimes I'm sure like their algorithm like probably sees that like the word gape and then it's like not safe. I've seen
yeah,
this. A lot of people have told me like they need to turn off their tweet censorship to see my tweets. So I'm like, okay.
Okay, so well, that's double impressive that you were able to sell basically like everything, even when you are censored on Twitter.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you should put it somewhere because it's impressive.
Yo, people
It's
people
funny
can't
as
see it
well.
because I'm censored. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's cool. Well, also when I look at where you started and where you're going, so is yeah, I would like to ask about like the structure of the collection. If it's just like coming to you as like okay, I think this is a good idea, so I do it. This is mostly how I work. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have some ideas how to do it in the future, but usually I just end up completely different ways. We just like improvise step by step. But how did you do it? Did you have something specific in mind when you started?
When I started making NFTs,
Yeah, yeah.
nah, I didn't really have anything in mind. This was honestly like such a huge surprise. Like I never expected my art to take off in the way it did, and like that led me to do another thing, and it led me to create more, and then that led me to create even more. And so now like I'm just like building off of like successes and just taking it one step at a time. But no, I really didn't have an initial plan.
Cool, cool. Yeah, you're my kind of person. Just
Yeah, so I just, I'm taking it one step at a time, and I'm seeing where it takes me. I'm putting in the work for sure. Um and I see an opportunity, I just go for it, and that's kind of how I've been doing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's probably the best way how to approach new frontier markets or ideas areas like the NFT, because you get to be fast and you get to explore and you get to have a lot of fun, I guess. And also, when we talked a little bit before we started, you mentioned this community of glitch art because, as I was saying, I learned about it a month ago that there's something like this, and that there's actually a lot of different takes, as you told me, different ways to do it. So it can be as you sort of hunting for glitches, or it can be very deliberate process, or all sorts of different approaches. So can you tell me a little bit about this community aspect?
The community in which aspect?
Yeah, I mean, you said that you actually created or started this one group that's
Oh, so
just
yeah,
working on
so
the glitch art.
yeah, so when I had gotten, more into the NFT space, I reached out to some bigger players and like asked for advice, obviously, and they said, hey, maybe you should, find artists of similar art, make a group, and that's exactly what I did. I just saw a glitch artist and I added them, and if they make glitch art, I asked them like, hey, would you like to join our group? And they said sure. And then time after time, people just kept joining, and they would add people, and then those people would add people, and it kind of just grew like that. And now we're at 26 members, very active, like literally almost every day there's like a whole new conversation happening, and it's so cool, like that this chat kind of took off, and now I have a space where I can grow with my people, you know.
Yeah, that's really cool, and I like, or maybe I will ask you like this way, because in traditional art, or it a lot of times it's about gatekeeping, because like if you have some like deal with some gallery, and then if you invite some of your friends to be there, then they are sort of your competition, or even in different sort of like aspects, because the market is like quite like cornered, or very precisely defined. So here is different. So how you see this like competition thing in NFT space?
uh Dude, I don't think anyone should be competing. I think there's just so much opportunity, right? I'm sure like I've talked to some artists who who've like, rubbed me the wrong way, or like, I've done a collab and they're like, nah, it's gotta be like this, it's gotta be like that. And they're just like trying to like gatekeeping, right? They're like trying to
Yeah.
gatekeep like that. That's what I don't like. I can't stand. Like I had talked to one artist, man, and he just made me feel so like sad and down about like this whole space. Cause like he was just trying to like gatekeep others, and I'm like, nah, man, that's not what I want to do. And after that, like obviously distance myself from him and like people who do compete in that way. And I kind of just try to surround myself with people who don't think like that, who wanna, who just, I don't know, think like me. I guess that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. I actually like most people that I met, they are just thinking more, uh, just want to collaborate with others, want to be open, or maybe even if they are the solo sort of people and just like to work alone, they still appreciate the aspect of getting like opinion from others and having being part of some bigger group and being able to share the ideas and get inspiration and maybe even motivation from others. And it's very different in the NFT space than in the traditional art like this, or at least that's what I am seeing. Maybe
Hmm.
from the artist's perspective, it can be quite different, or from, as you said, it maybe isn't so different. Okay, so yeah, we actually are going to close this one for 30 minutes because you are a busy man. So maybe are there any particular thoughts or ideas that you would like to share with us before you will have to leave?
Um, well, for people who want to get into this space, like, uh, you just keep doing your thing. Like, the reason a lot of people came into the space in March, and they're not here anymore, right? They made some money, they're not here anymore. Like they didn't really care about this space, like growing it, and, like the tech. But as soon as I found this space, like I'm like, holy shit, this makes so much sense. This is incredible. Like I'm all about it, and that's why I'm still here. Um, so if you have that love of this tech, of this space, of this community of art, and like selling your art in this way, like stick around, like keep working at it, keep trying, because in like 5 years, the space is probably going to get even bigger, right? And like if you come back then, you could have had a whole 5 years of growth and progress in the space, and like establishing your name and doing it. So if you believe in the tech, if you believe in decentralization, if you believe in your art, like this is the space for you, and just keep trying, keep going at it. Do not stop, because it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's a great message. Maybe connected to that, last question is like crypto is crashing. I don't know if you noticed, but
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed. I try not to look.
yeah. So, what are your thoughts about that?
I mean, dude, just don't look at it. Like, to be honest, right? Another bull market is probably gonna happen, right? If it takes 2, 3 years, whoop-de-doo, right? But like right now is your chance to create some really cool projects, and get some ETH, right? Because now you can sell things for more ETH because ETH is lower, right? People don't mind paying more,
Yeah,
right? So this is honestly really good for artists, because then you can cash out later.
yeah. So here you have it. It's actually it can actually be a positive thing. Depends
I think
how
it's
you
so
look at it.
positive. I think it's so positive, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like my thinking is that like short term, I have no idea what's going to happen. But in long term, if there's going to be like some sort of NFT slash crypto winter, then it's going to be just like what happens is that it's going to flush the market from and just like the healthy core community remains and it will keep growing and next time we get to like on the next bull market we're going to get to build it on like really strong foundations like the small communities that you mentioned and many other small just small communities all over the space that started, I don't know, March or something like that, because before it was just OGs, just individual people, but now we get to start building these small communities, and it takes time to build it in like very good way. So yeah, I think if there's going to be some crash, even like bigger, then I think it creates the conditions to clear the market and to really build it on strong foundations. But it might be scary, yeah, during the process. So I would say, like, don't invest any more than you can spend, and look at it in long term. Just be safe, and yeah, just be safe and think like 5-year horizon.
It's easier said than done, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's like, for me, I think it's like people shouldn't, or artists shouldn't just like put all the eggs into like this basket. Like, if it's working for them, like for you, yeah, that's fine. But they shouldn't like mortgage their home just to go full-time NFT artist, you know.
Do not do that. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so with that, we're going to be closing. So if you like the show, give us a follow. This show will be later on YouTube. So if you are looking at it on YouTube, give us a like or comment. Tell us what you think. You can this way also communicate with the artists. If you like his art, or if maybe some idea or something like that, you would for sure like to hear about it. And what are actually the links and comment or assets where people can reach you for the best?
Linktree linktr.ee/gaperart NFT or /gaperart, I think, and then gaperart NFT on Twitter, and usually in Clubhouse too. So that's where you guys can find me. Cool.
So I will put all those links under the video on YouTube, and yeah, so see you guys next time. It was great. Bye.
Hey, bye guys.